Hello there, and welcome to this episode of A Tiny Dot in Space, where I play the various regions of planet Earth on GeoGuessr. That is, the first level of subdivisions of the various countries on Earth. That is, states, districts, territories, regions, counties, whatever you call them. And as I said, I play them on GeoGuessr, and the objective is threefold. A, to go and see places I've never been and probably will never be able to go to. And B, try to have some fun in the meantime, and C, attempt to score 25,000 points in the region in question at any given time on GeoGuessr. And if I succeed in doing 25,000 points, well, that region is done with and will not feature again. And if I succeed in doing so, do not succeed in doing so, then it might feature again at some later date. And now we've come to the country that I've most dreaded to try my hand at, and that is Cambodia. It's not because I dislike Cambodia in any way. It is just because the times I have played Cambodia that it has popped up in like daily missions and stuff on GeoGuessr. The thing is that finding your way here can be supremely difficult because there's very little written in Latin letters. So I am fully prepared for this to take a long time. At least it isn't a huge province. We are in Siem Reap, and well, it's got 1 million people in 2019. That's probably gone up a bit. And it's just about 10,300 square kilometers. It's not huge, but more than big enough to cause a lot of trouble. And there's 100 people-ish per square kilometer here, so fairly dense place. This is also where you find the Angkor Wat, or Wat, somewhere in here. And the capital is the city of Siem Reap, which has about a quarter of the population, 225,000 in 2019. And yeah, now I'm just stalling to get out of here. And this lake, the Tonle Sap, is a lake that varies hugely in size. That is why all of this land here doesn't seem to be settled. But that is most likely due to it being flooded a lot of the time. I'm very glad we're not getting any of this stuff. Although it would be nice to... I wonder, just before we start, let's see. Could we... Let's see, can we see that floating village from here? Let's see. North. Nah, it's not there. Okay, let's take that location away. Okay, enough tarrying. Ooh, do we want to do this to ourselves? Well, we have to at some stage. I mean, just gonna put the challenge link in the safe spot first, and Siem Reap, as I believe it is pronounced. And here we go. Okay, so it might be pinnable, but first it has to be locatable. Is that a wall or is it a lake? That's a wall, all right. Why is there a wall? Direction is westerly. Why did the chicken cross stand in the road? Fuck. And here's the problem. A, resolution isn't exactly very good. And B, everything is written in Khmer. And that's an alphabet I have absolutely no idea of or about. Okay, so it's curious that it seems... I got the impression that this area is more populated in this direction, but... Tourism city. Ah, yeah, I was wondering about this thing here. So where would they build a tourism city? Well, you would think... You would kind of think that they would build it close to Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat. But, let's just say that we're somewhere on the outskirts of Siem Reap. Let's go back to start and go the opposite way. That was an interesting location to start in. And there's some interesting architecture going on there. Oh, and we got a main road here as well. And that's the problem. It's all in Khmer. And a few things that aren't in Khmer tend to be beer ads. At least in the games I've played. Or at least the experience I've had so far. Sales services, that's all nice, but so just gonna have a look at this thing here before we just... Is that actually spelled? No, I don't think that is spelled in Latin. Okay, right. So, just have to scour every sign to see if there is any hint of anything here. Hang Liep. Hang Liep. Hang Liep. Gonna make a note of Hang Liep. Let's see, cross that stuff out and Hang Liep Pharmacy. I mean, if we keep on heading south, chances are we will hit something. Let's see, we are going slightly east of south. So that doesn't match a lot of the streets here. And of course, it's not a given that we are in Siem Reap, but or even outside it. Huh. Yeah, way to go. Parasol. Oh. Printing something. Here we got nothing. thing. Have we checked this one out? I might have, but Hengsre Leak. Hmm. Mean seafood. Tourism city. Well, what do you know? What do you know? Let's have a look. Must be this one. Oh, yeah, tourism city. Did it come with a number? Just gonna look for that for confirmation. What did it say on the gate here? It said tourism city. Okay, it did not come with a number. But that has to be it. So, so that is that bill. Now let's get this right. This is that building. That is, well, these buildings. Then we're getting some open space. We should be about here. Wait a minute, there's a road here. We're closer. That ought to be a good one. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That only took a quarter of an hour. Where are we now? Let's see. Northwoods. And the end of the road. Well, that's handy. At least that leaves us with no alternative. A Ferris wheel. Okay. Let's see if we can... Oh, hang on. Okay, let's... There's lots of stuff I don't really understand. There's a road coming up over there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Let's see if we can make it over to the Ferris wheel and see if we can glean something out of that. Road's going southwest with a bend at the end. Is it possible to get closer to... Then we got Anantada Angkor Resort. Doesn't mean that we are at Angkor Wat, though, but Angkor Wat, but there's another big resort thingy. This is a road. This should be locatable. The Dragon Royal Hotel. Must be possible to find. And that Anantada thingy. But I just want one more thing. I want to figure out this site with this Ferris wheel. It doesn't even seem to be There's just a few hawkers around it. But it doesn't seem to be sort of... also says something about Angkor. The Angkor Eye or something. It's interesting. Best. I'm very tempted to think it's this one. So let's see. So we got the Dragon Hotel. Soha Angkor Resort. There's another Angkor Century. But, let's see. So we want a Dragon Hotel. It's not here. Angkor Hotel, Angkor Market, Sokchea, Kamara, Labyrinth, Market Royal Empire, Monoreach. Hengli. There's the Angkor Eye. Anantada is here. And interesting, have they closed as 2023 photography? It would be weird if they closed down the Dragon Royal. So that's a bit odd. But here's the Angkor Eye, and then the Anantada. And now the question is, did we come out here? Let's see now. So we came... No. Let's see, when did we come out? Yeah, we came out here. Like so. And this is the street we came out. And then we came out through this one. And the question is, how far down this road did we go? We go so far, there is no further to go. So we should be around there, and this should be... Yeah. Yeah. Not sure I'm entirely happy with this, but just going to check for that road. And that's the one that goes through here. Yeah. Okay, so we are... so we've gone around the corner. Should be about there. Cool. Okay, thank you, Angkor Eye. That one made things easier. Ooh, but... Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. You got your work cut out in this one, mate. Right, only one thing to do. Let's see if we can find a main road somewhere. Okay, that's handy, actually. Corner like that. And I do not expect to find any sort of information here. Ooh. Okay, and... Well, let's go back to start and go westwards instead. Interesting looking building. Can go that way. Southwest. Yeah, this is where the Google car came from. You can see that by the dust it's kicking up. And let's see, so now we're going southward, so we've been turning slowly. Cambodia premium beer, yep. Oh. And then we hit the countryside. And a petrol station. What is that called? Name. Let's see. And that's a interesting choice of colors. Ah, probably either an election campaign thingy or a reminder of who's the boss. Here's something. Maybe, maybe not. Yeah, please do not crap outside. That makes a lot of sense. And drink Cambodia beer and you'll be a true patriot. Okay, I know I'm being mean now. So I hope you'll excuse me and forgive me. Oh. Right. So we're going south, and I like south on this map because that either takes us towards the Tonle Sap lake or towards Siem Reap. Siem Reap. Siem Reap. There's a lake. A canal. Someone did disrepair it with Siem, but still. Now we're going southwest. Well, not quite, but still. Very, very, very straight bit of road amongst the fields. It's still a dirt road. What is this? The tram. What tram? Satsar? Tram Satsar, I think. be the health station we saw earlier, which is coming up here, isn't it? Oh, please. Well, it doesn't show anyway, but... Okay, so now the road is going slightly east of south. That matches very well what we see here. Is this a hospital? Maybe not. But yeah, we are... Yeah, I think we're on the right track here. So that means... Still not sure what that means. So we go straight west. We come to this intersection where this road goes somewhat northeasterly. I'll make heads or tails of these intersections. Let's see, so here we go southwest, and most things suggest that I'm here now. So yeah, I'll go more west than southwest really, but that's one road, but we're missing a lot of others. Then we bend and we're going straight for a bit. And then we start bending again. And once we're done bending, we're on this bit. And then the road should bend the opposite way. Yes, it does. So, we're missing some roads, but we're definitely on this intersection. And that means... Either that means we're missing a road somewhere, like there. Or... yeah. So let's see, if I go north, well, of course, which I can't. But let's see now, can we... I so badly want to get this right. Let's see now. So now we're going up this way. And there was I remember there was a small intersection up here. Here we go. We can go this way. But then we wind up there. I am dead certain of it. Yep. So now we are... should be here. Interesting. And then we went up here. So either there or there. We're missing a road to the south. But we got a pretty big house here. And when we go this way, There's a house on the corner. And a fairly big house down there. Now let's see, is there a road in here? Well, possibly. Let's see, the road is bending. And what's interesting now, there's a road going there to the south. Yes, I got you now. I got you now. That is this road. So we are in this intersection here. Let's see now. Except that we aren't. This is the intersection. We are two houses over. But we're not there. Because that is... or should have been over here. Because that is this intersection. Ooh, the struggle is real. I would assume that this is that. That being that. There's a house missing here. There's that one. There's an open space here. And we have this building here. I'm going to go with this. Criminy. That's brutal. Oh, that's brutal. North? Nope, not happening. South is. That's happening all the time. Even if it is southwest. Was there anything there? Or did I just imagine things? Let's see, there's something up there though. Probably doesn't say anything. Just people and butterflies. Yep. Everything is hunky-dory. No problem here. Okay, I thought that was a poster, but that's just a shut up little kiosk. Let's see. I'm just going to take a few seconds to take care of something on the side while I have the chance, if I need to. Let's see. Just gonna take care of some business that I need to mind every now and then. So, making sure nothing bad happens there. Let's see. Start to do a couple of thingies. And sorry about this. But when things take this long, you may have to attend to things you didn't expect that you might have to attend, but I went into this with like 2.5 hours to spare, and I was like, is that going to be enough? And at the rate this is going, that could be a little dicey. Actually, with 2 hours to spare, to be more correct. So, there's a sign. A very blank sign. Well, actually not, but with nothing I can read. This road is very bendy, which is a little unusual in a very flat country. Not unheard of, but it's sort of like, why? Kulen and Google. We can go to Google, Mom. We can go to Google. Let's visit Google, Mom. So, Kulen. That means, in Norwegian, that means, the ball or the bullet. I'm fairly certain that is not the case here. But at least that is something we can try and remember. And what do we have here? One of the most precious of things. The 26. I hope that means the 26. I finally know where I am. Now I'm here. So now we just need to figure out how did we get here. So we came from somewhere. And the question is, where somewhere did we get from? That's the Cooling Coffee. Ah, finally. Finally. We are making some progress here. Let's see. So here we go in almost straight north. So I must be on this road somewhere. Want to check this bend. Is there an intersection here? No, it's not that bend. Let's see. So one right, one left. How far to get down to the Cooling Coffee place? Right. And then another right. Slight left. Slight right. Here we are. So chances are we're here somewhere. Let's see. Now we're moving more north than that. Okay, we can have a look anyway. Let's see. When we get to the top here, if this is correct, there should be an intersection here. There isn't one. And now we are moving. Okay, so right. So that means we're on this one. Ooh. How am I going to do that? There's a road off to the side here, but I don't think it could be that one actually. That could actually be that one. But there's stuff missing. I don't like stuff missing. Yeah, that's got to be it. So there's a road going off to the side there. The other road's going off to the side. That's not a road. Then there's that road. Which seems to have gone missing, unless... There it is. Still not like this one. So let's see, so we go... Yes, we went through that. No. So go around the bend here. And then we get the bend over there. No, it must be down here. The phone's going off because I got things I need to do, but I'm just gonna quickly take care of a couple of them, and then I got another 10 minutes to do what I need to do. And then we'll have to take a break here. Yep, that's this road. Okay, so now we're on the right track. Unfortunately, we're missing everything here. How do I do this? So let's see, so here we go around that, and then we are... Well, I guess we're here. It's coming slightly that way before it hits a northeasterly course, yes. Sorry, northwesterly course. So down here, but the problem is I cannot tell where this bend ends. Does it end there? Does it end there? No, we're just at the end. We're just at the end of the bend. So it's quite likely that I'm striking out here. For all the effort. Because of that thing. Okay, let's perpendicular direction is slightly south of east. Oh man. Gonna place myself there. Hope that a compromise won't compromise me. That was a brutal thing. Okay, let's get the final round underway. Already 1 hour 47. Ooh. Okay, and not dissimilar of the area we just were in, just less lush. So, but the road is very similar. And the walking of the footage is very similar. I go eastwards. Yep, at least my brain is aware of that and agreeing with that, which is rare enough. Now let's see. So, some roadside community. And this road hasn't seen some upkeep in a while. 2024. Got myself something to drink and shout out to long time and long suffering follower of this channel, OH2MP, for his sauna whiskey out of, what's it called again? It's called Cura malt. So it's quite nice. It's nice and round, but it does have a bit of that peaty bite to it, which I like. And fairly strong as well. 47.8% or something. So, and no, it does not taste like a sauna. Thank goodness me. And, well, if you drink enough of it, you probably will sweat like one, but let's not aim for that. Just having a little tipple to get me through this final leg of this map. That is turning out to be a very stubborn customer. Something. Poipet and Angkor Wat. Angkor Wat. Yep, Angkor Wat is in that general direction, all right. And Poipet is God's nowhere. But that is a road towards Angkor Wat. Okay, so we are here somewhere. Now we need to pin it. The roads have to decide but they go to the wrong side. Then is here, which is a shop, but it's not the one that is marked as a shop. This is that. That I'm pretty certain. And that means that that building is directly to the west. Let's see now. So we ought to be about there. Now, ought to be an R. Those are slightly different things. Let's see, so that building isn't quite to the north. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Let's see, perpendicular to the road. Cannot see any buildings. Cannot see any roads. We're not on the bend yet. This should be a good placement. But I'm not going to take anything for granted. Still, it should be a good placement. One is one thing is that must be hiding in the trees here. Let's see if we can see that. Could be that jumble over there. Yes, it is. So that's the thing. And that's hiding in here somewhere. So that would match that one. Gonna go for this and just say a prayer. Aye. That was a tough one. And these 2 rounds in the middle were absolute murder. It was like 1 hour and what? That was 1.5 hours on 2 rounds. Crikey. That was absolute torture. But did it again. Did it. So yeah, that is Siem Reap. And the first episode out of Cambodia done and dusted. Oh, I'm happy about that. Because if I hadn't, I don't know how many days I would have been kicking myself if I hadn't succeeded. But yep, that is this episode done and done with. And I am still very glad that you're with me on a tiny dot in space. And I hope you'll join me for the next episode when it's up. Until then, bye-bye.